Hello again everyone, welcome back to some more Landric Plays Hand of Fate 2. Last episode we finally conquered the devil. It took us a couple of attempts, but we got that gold token in the end. This time I think we are going to do... So we did the star relatively recently. We got lots of horrible curses, and I'm still not quite sure how we're going to tackle that one. So I think we're going to jump in and do the moon. I've already set up the cards, so no faffing about. And we can just jump in and get started. So this one we have to convince people to help us conspire to kill the Emperor himself. Which sounds like it'll be, you know, fine. What could go wrong there? So we've got to convince a bunch of different people. They will probably end up cursing us.
Of our story approaches, the cards are set in motion.
Yes, they are. So they will probably curse us. We've got a whole bunch of different gambits to take to try and convince them, so hopefully we'll do okay. So, on the last day of solstice, you pass through the gates of the great city. The scene before you is overwhelming. A melange of architectural styles, exotic smells, and busy, busy people. You have taken counsel with your companions and wrestled with self-doubt. Your path is clear now. The Empire is a force for darkness in this world, bringing nothing but death and destruction. If you are truly a hero, then this is the time to prove it. There can be no other end than this one. The Emperor must die. Estrella has organised a covert meeting with General Flintthrow, an ally from their Empire days. He will tell us the way into the palace, she explains, but only if we prove that we have the backing for such a rebellion. So let's ask about Flinthallow. Estrella smiles grimly. Flinthallow was a good friend and a reliable blade in a fight. He wants to do what's right, even if he still flies the Empire flag. But if Flinthallow finds that our purpose is unsupported by the people, he will kill us. Okie doke, let's search for a rebellion then. I've arranged to meet at the Church of Fires. Estrella stops to survey the bustling streets and buildings. We will need to collect blood pledges from the citizens before then. Let us explore the districts. She pauses as a soldier wanders past. Discreetly, that's right. So there is a checkpoint system in this particular map. So the more our fame level goes up, the more trouble we will have getting through these checkpoints. General Store. Hello, do you want to join the rebellion? No? Okay. Parked in the Dust Quarter is a travelling theatre that has seen better days. The mottled stage curtains hang tiredly. A pasty, ill-looking man named Old Patton appears to be the head of this enterprise. He waves you over. White powder has settled into the wrinkles of his face. His painted lips twist into a knowing grin. I know who you are, he whispers. Look here, I won't tell. He taps his red bulbous nose and winks. If you stand in for my recently, and rather inconveniently, deceased actor. He points out a ragged baker costume. What happened to the deceased actor? My baker has been walled into his own home. He's going to starve or get eaten by the corrupted. The man looks positively delighted at that prospect. Well, he seems nice. The hag starts knocking at the door. Oh, baker, I've come for your hand in marriage. Greet the hag with a kiss, or tell the hag that the marriage is off? Greet the hag with a kiss. The crowd claps and jeers as you plant a kiss on the actress or actor playing the hag. They play the part with spectacular realism. Oh my love, dearest of hearts, I brought you a cake, the hag croaks, removing a petrified cake from the folds of her apron. The cake is spotted with moles, so we can abandon the farcical endeavour, but no, we'll... the show must go on, so I'll bite the cake. It tastes like cinnamon and is so stale you are forced to drag your teeth along its rock-hard surface to scrape some crumbs off. Ugh. Ugh. Then, inexplicably, a caged boar is dragged on stage. The hag looks at you expectantly. Propose to the boar? Release the boar. Propose to the boar. Reacting to your direction, the hag feigns shock at this unfolding drama. From the audience you hear a few stifled yawns. Someone throws a bread roll at you. That's not a bread roll, that's soldiers. You see Old Patton signalling for you to wrap up the performance. Sod it. Denounce the Empire! The crowd regards your speech with suspicion. They are sure to alert the Empire, so we add a brimstone monster to the deck. A single member of your audience, a woman in a dirty apron, looks inspired, so we've got Hedra the Aproned. The Aproned. No, there we go. The Aproned. So we've got one conspirator.
Here we see yet another wheel, each different, yet each bearing their own similarities.
Oh, no. Okay. Interesting. So, would I prefer the life pain card there?
Oh dear. Move faster next time.
Old Patton is not happy. He calls out to a passing squad of soldiers, alerting them to your identity. The audience scatters, and you draw your weapon to prepare to fight. Hey, that's a lot more than 6. So yeah, if we had drawn the life pain card, well, we'd have lost 15 health. So do we think we're able to get through this and lose less than 15 health? I'm not so sure. That is a lot of soldiers.
Now would be a good time to fill me in.
Well, the plan is hit them with this big hammer until they lie down and don't get up. Now that reminds me, last episode we unlocked a... That seems a bit unfair. We unlocked a particular ring from that gold token called the Mark of Damnation, which I don't know what it does yet. So when we get back into the map, we're going to have to give that a look. Whoop, dodge. Well, we're doing okay so far. Nope. Never mind, spoke too soon. I mean, we're still doing okay, but we're not at our... Whoop. Ooh, only just dodged that bullet. Where is... Oh, you're lying down there. Get back up. We've got stuff to do. There we go. She's taking out some of the guys over there. Whoop, dodge that. Almost rolled straight into it. It's a very slow travelling bullet if we can manage to roll into it. Where are you? Come on. Come back here. Vive la Revolution! Oh, there's a whole bunch more over here still. Oh, come on, I blocked that. That's not fair. There we go. And we'll finish you off. There we go. With our magical glowing hammer. The hammer of the people. That's right, you just have a sit down next to that cart. And we'll see where we are after that. So effectively lost about, what, 24 health? But we get 30 fame. Which normally is good. But it's going to make us less inconspicuous, more conspicuous. So let's check our inventory while we're here. Mark of Damnation, what do you do? We can summon a lost soul. I don't know what that means. Can be used from the camp. Any number of rings can be equipped. Okay. Let's see what happens if we do that. Aha! We summon Theophilus. Late one night, on the eve of a full moon, you summon Theophilus, the apparition you helped free from enslavement by a Dark Lord. Greetings, mortal, he rasps, emerging from the embers of the campfire. The blessings that I now possess could be yours also, in theory. I have no means to transfer the power to you, but we could craft the spell again. We will require the same components as before, however, and they are not easily found. So we'd need a devil's horn, an angel's feather, and 3 blessings. I don't know how we'd get those, though. Of course, how a mortal could assemble them not once but twice in a lifetime escapes me, perhaps another time. Okay, so that ring unfortunately is slightly useless to us, but it might be something that...
It is astounding what fame and the love of fame can lead to.
Do you have any tales of great heroes or fearsome villains or anything interesting to say at all? You begin to relate the details of your quest so far, but the gang soon wanders away. I wish a real hero would visit our village for once. Nothing interesting ever happens here. Okay, so that card works if you have a lot of fame, clearly. Hey, success. So we catch a fairy, and we get something good. It'd be really nice if we got a blessing. So let's try that. Whoop. 25 life. Certainly nothing to sniff at.
Excellent. A wise decision.
Ha, a duel. Some Empire captain decides to challenge us to a duel, which doesn't seem like a good idea. Yeah, we'll just... Last time we fought him, we didn't get the token, so I'm going to try slinking away this time to see if we get the token. No, so I wonder what we need to do to get it. Maybe we have to beat him without taking any damage, or something like that. Okay, we're still relatively inconspicuous, so we should be able to slip through this checkpoint with no trouble at all. Oh dear, the Corrupted. So just immediate and instant fight and nothing we can do about it. But that's not the end of the world. That's why we are here after all, to save the city and rescue civilians and, you know, all of that good, noble, heroic stuff. So come on, let's be having it.
My mark.
It'd be good to get some practice in not dying, after all. So knowing when to block, knowing when to use our finisher, because it does seem a little bit temperamental about when it makes us invulnerable and when it doesn't. So we'll just... There we go, finish you off. Finish you off. And we'll get you to use your special attack, and then we'll just finish off you as well. Oop. And we'll just kick this barrel for no reason apparently. Oh, there's still one over here. There we go. And big flurry of a finish. Finish with a flurry, all of that. Yeah, toss that horrible zombie corpse corrupted thing over there. That seems fine. So we can search for spoils or we can slink off. So we get... Ooh, the ram shield. What's the ram shield? Bash causes additional damage. It's a shield, so we couldn't use it with our hammer though. And it requires a certain amount of fame, which I'm sure we'll get eventually, but we don't necessarily need right now. The Ring of Food. Discard any non-food gain card to receive +2 food. We are quite low on food. I think Estrella's companion quest might require that we have some stockpiled, so you know what, I'll take that. That'll actually be more immediately useful to us. So I assume this is to not be detected. So let's do that. Oh dear, that's not good. Ah, we got cursed. Food received from food gain cards is halved. Oh well, that makes the ring kind of not ideal. Ah, interesting. We have to roll again. Are we going to get cursed again? I hope not. But maybe. Grizzled Bone Setter croaks and points wildly in recognition. It's the traitor! It's the traitor, the Emperor Murderer. We haven't murdered anyone yet. Okay, good. Somebody is calling for the guards, so more brimstone cards to the deck, and then we can slink off again. We'll keep exploring for now.
Dwarves have never been purged by the Empire in the same way as other races. Frankly, they're too boring.
Okay. So there's dwarf with some bags. What would you like? Ah, we can trade for an angel feather. So this is... So what were the other things we needed? Angel feather, devil's horn. I don't know how we'd find the devil is the thing. So what will the angel's feather do for us if we can't use it for the thing? What would we be willing to trade? Oh, that's interesting. Do we want to trade the Mark of Damnation, the Ring of Food, or the Worker's Hammer? You know what? I'm going to trade the Mark of Damnation because... So the Ring of Food, actually, given that all of our food gains are going to be halved now, probably useful to keep around. The Worker's Hammer is putting in good work for us. The Mark of Damnation, unless we can get all of the components together, we don't actually need, and I don't think we're going to be able to do that this time, so let's do that. Okay. So because it wasn't very valuable, we have to haggle, and I guess we've got lower odds. If we traded something more valuable, maybe there would be more what do you call them? More success cards hidden in here. So unfortunately, no, it's a failure. So ironically, we keep the thing that would make use of the angel feather, but we don't get the angel feather. Let's keep exploring, and we'll just pop down here and see what's what. Damsel in distress. Of course we will assist the woman. See if we can make that target. Ooh. So as long as we reroll something that's not a 1, perfect.
A win here sets the tone for your challenge.
I will take the gold rather than the food, because then we can buy the food later on, but we can also buy something else if we need it. There we go. Now we'll see if we can slip through to the next level. From this day forward and until further notice there will be checkpoints at all gates, blah 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 blah. We're currently not too recognisable though, which should be good. There we go. So there'll probably be a checkpoint there and there. Yeah, that makes sense. That's where I would put them. So let's see if we can go this way.
He will not last. He lacks strength. By the time our tale is told, he's probably already lost.
So this is where we get the devil horn from, isn't it? So we need the little devil, that, and the ring, all in conjunction. And then still a whole bunch of blessings as well to make that potion. And then I guess the potion... I mean, previously it just adds like a huge success to a chance gambit or something like that. I honestly don't remember. A little devil with a broken horn slouches on an old tree stump in a dark forest. While glum, he appears harmless, so you approach him with only a little caution. So we can... Ah, my father banished me from the underworld because he thinks I'm not evil enough. Apparently my curses are just too weak. Do you know it? So we can get rid of a curse. So we can either steal his horn, but even if we don't do that... Let's give him the curse. His face lights up when you give him the curse. This is what an evil curse. Thank you, adventurer. Please take this gift. Oh, that's fantastic. Definitely going to be keeping this card around, particularly for the, what's it called, the next one. Oh dear. So, Knight. Brimstone Knight. I mean, we're still inconspicuous enough. Okay, good. So at least we don't have to fight the Brimstone Knight. I wonder if that will still be there when we get back.
Supplies are running low. Make your choices carefully.
So let's buy 3 food. And you know what, let's buy another 3 food. And we could, in theory, remove another curse, but we don't need it. Ooh, buy information. I can ask the whispers of their travels, she explains. They speak of many tales, some of daring, some adventure, some of things yet to pass. Alright, tell us the tale. Yeah, it just reveals a card. So that's a curse reveal card, as curse removal card as well, I think. Do we get a token? No. Okay. The Apothecary. The Apothecary is inundated with a tense rabble of city inhabitants. As you get closer, you notice the door has been barred shut. An elderly woman is on her knees, weeping, and clutching a pearl necklace to her chest. Open up, have you no heart? A heavy-set blacksmith pounds on the door. My daughter has come to the rot. His voice cracks. The rest of the crowd shrinks away from the man, some covering their mouths fearfully. Let's see if we can find another way in. Hopping over a side gate and squeezing past crates, you find the back door to the apothecary. It's unlocked, but a thin, bird-like woman stands by the door scrutinizing you. Let's say hello. Hello, she says with a curt nod. I am Jorhelm. My twin is Janice. I have heard that you want to destroy the Empire, and now I see that you are strong of brow and crooked of nose. I believe in your quest. So Jorhelm pledges her services. Okay, good. Janice will help you too if you can find her. Interesting. The owner, a bespectacled, spindly gentleman, jumps at your surprise entrance. Wait and see what he does. Oh, huge failure. Oh no. You're that oh dear. Traitor, curse on you, get out. Lose 1 gold every time you use a companion ability. Okay, we'll stop using that then. And a brimstone monster. And the apothecary won't help us. So, let's keep going, and we'll go this way while we're still inconspicuous. And see if there's anyone we can recruit here, and if not, well, we'll go and visit the card anyway just to see what happens. Aha, the Gravedinger Thomas. The woman introduces herself as Hild and asks you to accompany her to her husband's grave. So this one is particularly weird. We will accompany her. 3 eyes, she says, pointing at a strange symbol of 3 dots etched upon a gate. That's lucky. I don't think that is lucky. Past graves and flowers you climb until you reach a huge tomb. We descend further. We'll follow her into the tomb. And we get lost in the tomb. Luckily we managed to roll that.
An uncommon but fated combination. What now?
The dice align together, fate has spoken. You head deeper into the tomb. It is dark here and unusually warm. Okay, we are about to be eaten by a grue. So let's go west. Okay, so there's some blankets there, so we'll go east. We'll go east. Your artifact ability cannot be... Discard this card the next time you gain a blessing. Okay, interesting. We don't have an artifact right now, so that's fine. So we go... The curse cross... I hope we don't get a curse every time we go past this, so let's go north. Statue of a woman stands at the intersection. She has blind eyes. So we're going north. Let's go west again. The Inner Sanctum, there we go. There we go. Even though we rolled a 1 and a 2, we still managed to hit the target. Why hello, did you get lost? With a wan smile, Hild hands you a bundle of dried flowers. She nods encouragingly and stands back to watch. We'll put them in the hole. That seems like a sensible thing to do. There we go. Huge success. The brittle flowers float gently down into the darkness. After a moment of silence, Hild pats your hand and thanks you for your time. Hild the deceased pledges her services to your cause. You hear a scream of terror from somewhere above. Hild hides a small smile and states that she must stay here a while to pray. So, we run Unearth away, and the Watcher has arrived, a horrible monster with 3 eyes. So last time we tried to fight it, and our sword cut right through it, but we managed to frighten it off if nothing else. Let's attempt to reason with it and see what happens. You hear yourself shout and ramble in all the tongues you know. Oh. Okay. So we'll re-roll both of you. Fortunately no curses, or blessings rather, that will help with this. Yeah. That was a very unlikely set of numbers to roll. The Watcher screeches angrily in response. Its unholy screams assault you from all directions, leaving you dazed and disorientated. Of course we get a thing. Your companion takes 30% of any resources that you earn while they're active. Ugh, that's a bit annoying. Alright, try fighting them. Also requires an 18. So we have to reroll all of them and hope. And yeah, it was unlikely, wasn't it? With no time to react, the creature slashes at you with its long, shadowy limbs, cutting you to the bone. So we lose some life. Call for help. Okay, that's 1-6. See if we can make it another 2. I don't want to leave Thomas the Gravedigger all by himself, but it looks like that's what we end up doing. Oh, okay. We even have to roll to flee. Well, we've got another 6. See what we get. Oh, that's a 4. So having Colbjorn with us would have been really useful there, because we get an extra dice on some of those. In your hurry, you slip on a loose tile and tumble into an open grave. With a keening wail, the creature rears its head back and charges at you. So we lose another 15. Without warning, you are enveloped in darkness. You drift numbly out of consciousness and awake groggily in a different part of the cemetery. Thomas is nowhere to be seen. So I think last time we managed to recruit Thomas as well. Ooh, let's stay inconspicuous. Another Brimstone card, which is always slightly unpleasant to deal with. But we succeed and we slip through and we're all fine. Ah, a fort. Let's inspect the fort. We'll roll some dice and we'll see if we get anything good out of it.
Back to the bones. I hope you have learned to be their master.
Bones, bones, bones. There we go. Just. Ooh, goodness. That was a bit of a close one. So the fort's deserted, but we managed to scrounge some supplies. I think we'll keep the life. And we'll say hello to the demon. Are you the one who ruined Apollyon's fun? A woman with the pointiest face you've ever seen approaches from the shadows one night. Yes, yes you are, she laughs. How delightful. Did he cry? He used to be such a crier in our youth. Oh, you're wonderful. She pokes at your bicep. I'll remove your curses if you like. Although it goes against our nature to gift without games. She throws you some silver dice. Here, roll your luck. I'll split it by 6 and lift that number of curses from your soul. 6 is a lovely number, don't you think? That's why I have 6 fingers on my left hand. You glance at her hand in alarm. It's a hoof. Okay, let's reroll these at least. Okay. So, I guess we remove 1 curse at least. It's hardly enough to sate my hunger, but it'll have to do. So, I'm guessing we get that if we remove 3 curses. So, we at least get to choose. What was Faulty Fuse? No artifact. That's fine. Companion's Cut. Again, fine. Allies Greed. That one. So none of these are that bad, to be honest, but if we can get rid of them, we might as well. Would have been nice to have gotten rid of all 3, but you know, here we are. Oh, I don't have to pass through the checkpoint twice, that's kind of handy.
And here is your reward, at least in potential.
So, Estrella's companion quest, I feel like we need a lot of food for this, and we don't have a lot of food, so this may be a token that we have to get another day. The Peasant King sits in a throne of bones and feathers to honour the downtrodden and forgotten. Clad in a heavy cloak and a leather cap, the grubby young man rises gracefully from the sombre nest as you enter. The basement of Farwater's only tavern serves as his throne room. A gracious host, he offers you chipped mugs of something leafy and lukewarm. Some of the townsfolk claim he is a saviour. Others say he's a good-for-nothing layabout, Estrella explains. Regardless, the peasants hold him in some esteem here in Farwater. He draws a curiously shaped set of pipes from a pocket and plays a jaunty tune. Enough. The peasants of Farwater will soon be cast from their homes. Is there anything that you can do for them? The infernal tooting stops, and the Peasant King lowers his pipes with a grin. 27 loaves of bread. You choke on your muddy tea. Yeah, we don't have 27 food. As it always is in these parts. So if we want that, we're going to have to combine it with a whole deck full of food gain cards, I think. So maybe when we go back and do one of those other quests, maybe the Justice one I think we still haven't got the gold token for, perhaps we'll fill the deck with food gain cards and try and do that for Estrella. In the meantime, we're going to head into the Peace District, and we hope we sneak through these guards. Good, that's a success. And on to the next level. So we got 3 of 12, which isn't exactly a huge amount. Okie dokie. And we are low on food. Oh, corrupted city, blah blah blah, grotesque, terror, blight. Yep, okay. Let's go for a fight. That was quite a lot of corrupted, but they shouldn't pose too much of a problem. I'm more worried about our food running out. Now we've got to remember to not use Estrella's ability too much, because it's going to cost us money. And I was just about to use it immediately, sort of, because it said press R, so I was about to press R. See, that's not fair. I was stuck in an animation then. You can't hit me when I'm stuck in an animation. You cheater. Oop, dodge. Bonk. Finish you off before you get back up. See, you couldn't hit me that time. I mean, we're still going to kill you, even though you seem to play by the rules. Bop. Bop. Oh, but that time, I guess we were just out of the animation then, which seems a bit unfair, but here we are. Ooh.
To battle.
Did he just grow all of his armor back? He did, didn't he? Whoops. Just finish you off, and then we'll go back to bashing you. There you go, and you're going to miss, and plop, finish you off like that. Hello? Excuse me, why are you still standing up? There you go. Crush you into tiny little pieces. Shatter those weird glowing green crystals. It's probably not contagious, right? It's probably all fine. And are we going to loot these corpses? I think we are, just in case there's food. Ooh, we get some equipment. Let's have a look at the equipment. Ooh, the peeler.
It seems fair to allow others to armor themselves against your onslaughts.
So this causes additional damage. Armor, powerful strike causes 300% damage and completely removes armor. That could be incredibly useful. I guess that's why it's called the peeler. Yes, we'll hang on to that. Change the gold into food. Yes. The crowd watches in distress as you loot the newest victims. We'll re-roll this one. Hope we get above a 3. Or we just drop it right back in place and we get... Okay. So we get another curse. Lose 10 gold every time you revive your companion. Interesting, we're getting a whole bunch of curses relating to our companion rather than anything else. Okay, we'll re-roll you. And you as well, actually. Drat. Not quite enough. It's the bad person come to kill the Emperor, so we add another monster. We are recognisable now, so I guess that's going to get harder. And some more monsters. Now this time we've got to remember not to revive Estrella either. We can just let her... She can have a nice sit down while we fight all of the monsters. The Peeler is going to come in extremely useful against the... here we go. Against those terrors of Blight. That's a shiny, shiny weapon. Weapons of this design left the Knights of the Tract shattered and dispersed. Okay. So we're going to try and charge up that special attack, and then use it on one of you. There we go. So that immediately just removes all your armour, and then we can just kill you quite easily. So we'll use you as well to charge it up. Okay, I guess we'll use you to charge it up, and then, where are you? We'll use it on you. Let you fall over, and then chop you to bits. And you as well while you're here. Slightly missing animation, but that's fine. Finish you off while you're down, and then... Oh, apparently use it on you instead. Never mind. Estrella's done some nice work. She's having a little rest now. So we'll just finish these off by herself. That's fine. There we go. And there goes all of your armour as well. Get out of the way. Just push you off, stab you in the back, and then dodge and roll and stab. There we go. Nice. That was a fairly clean fight at least. So I feel like the trick to this is not necessarily going to be all of the combat. It's going to be managing our... one equipment from 3. Yeah, I think we'll have a look at that. So Kolbjorn's traps, they... Bomb artifact plays 3 traps that deal 10 damage and bleed. Not super useful. Assassin's Blades, good against Empire, which we haven't actually had to fight yet. And the Empire's Bane, also good against Empire. None of these are necessarily super good, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the Dazzling Blade. I'm not going to replace it because we don't have a shield.
From afar should think twice.
But if we get the get a shield, then maybe we what's the word? Swap those out. We can decide later. So you're upset that we're looting people, so let's see if we can avoid a curse this time. Reroll these. There we go. With corrupted creatures dealt with, you stand to leave and hope that no one recognises you. Nope, we're recognised. Another Brimstone monster gets added. We get a little bit of fame. Now somewhere in the deck there is a card, or rather somewhere in our... yeah, not in this deck, but somewhere there is a card that lets us lower our fame. So we need to put that in, I think, if we do this again. Because yeah, now we're recognisable. We have a slightly higher chance of being spotted, though luckily this time we slip through.
If you've ever wondered why the mages organised in my day, half-talented frauds like this one gives you a good idea.
So we swap out our curses, but it's the Lone Wolf curse, which means our companion can't help us in combat, and that's actually fine, because all of our other curses mean that we don't want them to help that much after all. Oh there, Moneybags, you wouldn't mind if I showed those wealth with the less fortunate? Ugh, can we? So we've effectively got a 1 in 4 chance of getting a bunch of gold, or losing a bunch of food. Not your pies, fool. No, your pies, fool. Give your pies. Okay, so we lose 3 food. He moves to release you from the net, but stops chiding himself. He uncomfortably bids you farewell, leaving you alone to disentangle yourself. Alright.
The damage taken from starvation is more than the healing delivered by eating. As with many things, we find ourselves sliding further and further into hardship.
Golden hair, short. She always wears her yellow scarf. Mylena, please get her out of there. We'll go in. With a running leap, you mantle the makeshift barrier. You land in a burrow much like the others, except it is deserted and there is a body at your feet. The body does not wear a yellow scarf. This poor soul is not Lena. Let's head to the source of the groaning. And let's go and smash some blight. Ooh, there's a spire. Okay. Alright, so we may end up inadvertently spreading the blight to the entire rest of the city, but at least we'll have one person agreeing to join our revolution. We should have printed some more pamphlets. This is a lot of people. Ooh, that's... I forgot about this attack. So we get stuck here. Ugh, at least we dodged the attack, but yeah, it still did a tiny bit of damage. So I'll bop you. Then we'll try and use that special attack on some of these treasures. Treasures? Terrors. Like that. There we go. Can we use it on the spire? No, because it counts as damaging us. That's unfair. Alright, we'll try that next zone. There you go. And there's the spire. Aha! Yes, we can. We can just destroy it in one hit. Nice. There we go. Finish them both off one by one. But again, you managed to damage me while I'm doing that animation. That seems unfair and cheating. That's... This horrible green glowing zombie thing is a terrible cheat. How dare he? Never mind. So, the pillars are broken, the mass of corruption quivers and erupts, spilling black ooze across the cobblestone. As the dust settles, you notice a crowd of townsfolk staring in astonishment from a nearby house. You approach the raggedy bunch. Among them you spy a golden-haired woman with a dirty yellow scarf. You tell her of the weeping man. She pulls you close and whispers desperately, "If you have a way out, please get me out of here." She looks guiltily towards the others. "We must leave them. A group this size would attract too much attention." Lana the Bal Maiden pledges her services to your cause. Let's explore. Do we get anything? Ooh.
The pendulum
Nope,
swings
no we don't.
like a scythe.
I would like to retry, yes.
Or failure.
There we go. I knew we brought Estrella along for a reason. She wants all of our gold and she won't help us in fights, but she is good for something. So we bring a silversmith with us as well. Do we want to do it again? So if this is where we get all of our companions from, or all of our revolutionaries from, this will work out quite well.
Done well.
Blah blah blah. Find the source of the laughter. Okie dokie. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, I was wondering whether we should go for the gold, but I thought the silver would be better to do. There's a body in here. A teacher, a father. You cannot tell if he ultimately succumbed to infestation or violence. We get some swords. Leave the body be. Look for supplies. We'll give it another try. Ooh. Yeah. Very, very nearly missed that as well.
That will set you in good stead from here.
I am going to turn that gold into food, and then we are going to head off. Ooh, a woman. Ah, it's Janice. Janice the twin. There we go. So we got 6 of 12 conspirators. That doesn't sound like enough. See if we can sneak them over the wall. What's a juggernaut? We've never seen a juggernaut before. Okay. You point out the wall in the distance and tell them to hurry. We finish them off and get back. Okay. Is this going to be a timed mission? I don't really like timed missions, especially when we haven't got a companion to help us out. And, especially not when it's a big horrible boss monster that we've never seen before. Corruption layered on top of corruption. A nightmare made of sickness and disease. Okay, so it's like a very special terror. And at least it's not... Whoa! Multiple enemies. Oh! We have seen one of these, haven't we? Okay. So we're just going to have to do that a couple of times. Oh, that's not fair. He was in the middle of an animation, so we didn't get to hit him that time. But at least he's fairly easy to damage. So we'll just... There we go, and we can use our special attack like that, and then just finish him off. There we go, had a whole minute left. I don't know what I was worried about. Whew. So we've got 6 out of 12, and we're almost 40 minutes in, so either we are near to the end, or this is going to be a very, very long mission. Blah blah blah. Push them over before it's too late. Tom the Weaver also pledges his service. There we go, so we've got 7. So I think we're going to sneak around this way. Hang on, this isn't the gate. Ah, failure, they recognise us. Okie dokie, so we're going to have to fight our way out. Shouldn't be too bad, but... At least we've got our can opener. I think he just shot one of his own men there. So we're going to use these squishy musket men to charge up. Actually, I don't think you guys count as having armor. You just have a big old shield. But that's okay. Oh, damn. Did that hit us? That might have hit us. Again, you're hitting us while we're in like a... when we're effectively stun locked by our own animation. That seems unfair. So that takes you out fairly cleanly. Ow. Alright, took quite a lot of damage there, probably more than we needed to. But we still got plenty left. It's going to sort of depend on whether this level, this dungeon, this quest ends on a terrifying boss fight, or whether it's just something that we can get around. Healer! Ah, oh hello again. Ask about curse removal. Oh, we lose fame from this. This is amazing. This is the perfect card for this. So, can I remove a specific curse? Yes. I will get rid of Lone Wolf because the other two have no effect if that's the thing. Now we can't use the Dazzling Blade anymore. Can we use our can opener? Oh, we get a token at least. I think we'll also buy some food. So we'll buy some food. Buy some more food. And I'm going to buy some healing as well if I can afford it. Healing, healing, healing. Buy healing. 35 life. Yeah, let's do that. And if we can afford any extra food, I'll buy the food as well. Alright, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Oh, we're infamous now. Oh, so that's not actually tied to our fame. It's just tied to the events that we go through here.
The creativity of the merchant class never ceases to amaze. Even if you lack the gold, they'll find a way to make a deal.
Okay, so there's the church. We've only got 7 of 12. Staying fast through. So this is... Hey! We made it. So we're going to see if we can find, what, 5 people? Oh, it's not even a borough. Interesting. So how many people have we missed out on? Perhaps it's if we loot the bodies. Okay, let's try not... Oh goodness, that's a lot of them. So it warns us that in this mission, this quest, we should be wary about fighting the Empire and we should prepare accordingly. Although, we've actually fought more corrupted than anything else. We've barely fought any Empire at all. So maybe next time we'll prepare that way. Though this peeler is particularly good for both, I think. Because a lot of them tend to have armor as well. Ah, gotta stop getting hit like that when I can avoid it. There we go. So yeah, after this, perhaps we won't loot the bodies. Perhaps we'll see if that what's the word, ingratiates people, or makes them more amenable to joining the revolution when they see what a hero we are and not just some mercenary looter. There we go. Finish you off. Wait, no, damn, that costs us money, doesn't it? Dear. I thought it was just her active ability, I forgot we had that one as well. I also need to find out if there's a token on the peeler, and whether what it is that we get for it, or rather what it is that gets us it. I assume it's just breaking a certain amount of armor, but it'd be good to see how far through we are. But alright, zombies done and finished with. So let's leave quietly. Corrupted creatures dealt with, you stand and leave. Okay, so nobody joins us. It's just a case of whether we want to risk getting a curse. And nope, that's not good. So we get a bit of famous.
Yourself worthy.
I'm going to stick with the peeler. A small child shrieks in delight and points at you. More brimstone monsters. Okay, so how are we supposed to get... Let's have a look at the map. So that's just a checkpoint patrol, which weirdly we can go through again. Whereas this one, I guess we're in a conspicuous... So I guess we'll just go this way and see what happens. Wait a minute. Why is this one... Oh, that's the confused thief. I couldn't remember why there was two brimstone ones. Alright, so I guess we'll go here, and that means we have to fight the guy.
Its height above the city, and upon what does it cast its light? Upon death, destruction, and pain. And this.
So I'm hoping, or assuming, that because we don't get the 7 of 12, we don't get the gold token, but maybe we'll still get the silver one if we can get through this. Through the flickering candlelight, you walk past row upon row of wooden pews to the front of the temple. Beyond the altar, you climb a moonlit staircase until you reach the vast doors leading to the west terrace. An Empire general with grey hair and a kindly face greets you. Ah, Captain Estrella, and this must be the mercenary. General Flinthallow at your service. General Flinthallow reviews the blood pledges to your cause. You insult me. Without the people's support, you are nothing but a common assassin. So, no gold token for us. Before you or Estrella can react, General Flintbow draws his pistol with lightning speed and shoots you in the neck. Oh, okay. Still alive, eh? Maybe you have gumption and heart enough after all. The General stands over you as blood drips into your cupped hand. But I can't allow you to leave here. I am sorry. With a whistle, a troop of soldiers fills the church terrace. They are accompanied by an ogre. The ogre's arms are locked in heavy shackles and the Empire's sigil is branded on its back. The soldiers release the chains and the ogre shudders, its yellowed eyes darting around wildly. Some unknown conditioning prevents him from trying to escape. Okay then. Well, at least we can try and fight our way out. Going back through that and trying to get all 12 pledges is going to be tricky though. Oh wow, they've given him armor as well. What iron could break and enslave an ogre? Okay. So
To hell with you.
I mean, at least we can keep using Estrella's abilities now because we don't care about our gold. Oh wow, the Brimstone General is looking terrifying. Look at that. Looks like some sort of monster. Oop, dodge that. Probably should have used that special attack on the ogre or the general before something like that happened. Interestingly, it's the ogre that's considered the boss, not the general. So maybe we go for the general first. There we go. General over and done with. So now it's okay, you can go free now. You don't have to keep hitting us. Please stop hitting us. Just trap you in this corner and dodge away. So we did 100 and something damage, and it's still not a huge amount. But if we kick him right in the crotch. we can do a little bit of bonus damage. Okay. Nope. Run, run, run. Estrella, please kill him. I've only got 2 health left. I need your help. There we go. Ho, 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 ho. That's right, push him right off the terrace. So we made it with 2 health remaining. I guess that means we get the silver token, if nothing else. General Flinthallow lies dying in a pool of his own blood. You have bested me. He draws a choking breath and his eyes fall on the dead enslaved ogre. Listen. Listen, the land is sick. Maybe you are right. Maybe the Emperor must die for it to heal. You must be vigilant. They know you are here now. They know you are coming for him. Estrella watches grimly as the last breath leaves her old comrade before turning to you. Tomorrow we infiltrate the palace. Gather the other 3. Make sure they know. Make sure they're prepared. Her gaze wanders to General Flintthallow's dead body. For anything. There we go.
Now death is inevitable. It will come for the Emperor, and we will see what changes.
So some more events that we can try out. The Hunter's Blades, the Dead King's Scales, and the Brigand Ship. That looks impressive. I want that. Alright, so I don't know whether that unlocks the final card, which will be the Sun, and I assume the final confrontation. No, so we are still going to have to do the Star first, which I'm not looking forward to, but we'll see what we can do, and we'll see what we can do about that next episode. Thank you very much for watching this incredibly long episode. Perhaps I'll start having to break them up in future, but until then, I will see you next time. Bye bye.